Welcome to our weekly devotion. In John's Gospel, chapter 3, we meet the Lord Jesus conversing with a Pharisee called Nicodemus. And here Nicodemus is asking him, how can I ever be born again? As Jesus has mentioned this, how does all this come about? And the Lord speaks these words in verse 8 of chapter 3. The wind blows where it pleases, and you hear its sound, but you don't know where it comes from or where it is going. And his emphasis is there that the grace of God that causes someone to be saved, you don't necessarily know how it all came about or how it's moving in your life, but to be certain that it is moving and it's drawing you to follow Jesus Christ, which was going to be the experience of Nicodemus. And so when we move over then into the book of James, we read here in James chapter 4 that God actually gives greater grace to all of us when we have need of this greater grace. You ever had that day when it's just so incredibly hot, really, really, really hot, been around Christmas time here in Australia, and it's just the air is not moving, there's nothing there, it's just really uncomfortable, and you get this momentary breeze where the wind just washes over you, it refreshes you, it just gives you another opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to keep going here, this is all good. And later on the wind comes back again, you don't know where it came from or how it got to you, but it just was like, it's like grace washing over your whole being. It was so necessary for you. You know, grace is so important that Annie Johnson Flint, who was born in America, in New Jersey, just after the mid 1800s, she wrote this incredible poem, if you want. She was a poet and was sort of renowned as being an inspirational poet, where her poems really inspired believers to continue on, to keep going. It was like that fresh breath of air, that wind that just washed over them on a hot day and kept them going. And so she wrote this amazing poem called He Giveth More Grace, and it eventually became a song that has been sung by believers around the world for many, many years. So here, let me just read the words of it to you. He giveth more grace when the burdens grow greater. Ever had that day when the burdens are just pressing in? He sendeth more strength when the labors increase. You're just feeling like you're under the weight of the world. And to added affliction, he addeth his mercy, which we all need, to multiply trials, his multiplied peace. His love has no limit. His grace has no measure. His power has no boundary known unto men. For out of his infinite riches in Jesus, he giveth and giveth and giveth again. The grace, the wind, it just comes and washes over you. It's so necessary, so important, so encouraging to help us keep going. She continues, when we have exhausted our store of endurance, when our strength has failed or the day is half done, we're just about wiped out. When we reach the end of our hoarded resources, our Father's full giving is only begun. He's just beginning to bless us. He's just beginning to encourage us because his love has no limit. His grace has no measure. His power has no boundary known unto men. For out of his infinite riches in Jesus, God giveth and giveth and giveth again. That's the beauty of grace. That's the grace of God in our lives. Annie Johnson Flint understood that. She had been, she lost her parents as a young child, had been around different homes to try and survive, and not very pleasantly along the way, and eventually began writing poetry. She was troubled with an arthritic disease, which was chronic and basically tormented her whole life, but still she kept writing and writing amazing words for Jesus, and all about his grace, all about his mercy, all about his love, all about that wind that refreshes every day of our lives when we just need that breeze. May you experience the grace of God in your life today, just washing over you, encouraging you, helping you to keep going, just like that breeze on a really hot summer's day. Thanks for listening. Have a great day and keep pressing on and keep trusting the Lord for his grace to meet you exactly where you are and to touch your life in his appointed and approved ways. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.